Good morning. Thanks for joining the Kehillat Shari Torah Halacha Review. We're speaking about the laws of Purim and this is our edition for Wednesday, February 3rd. Next point we have to deal with is reading the Megillah, Kriyas HaMegillah. So let's talk first about what the obligation is, when the obligation, how to do it, and then we will talk about, since we don't know anything, what's coming tomorrow or much less next week or next month, we will talk about some possibilities for what may happen this year with regard to reading the Megillah on Purim. Okay, here's what they write. One must read or hear the Megillah read from a kosher Megillah on Purim night and a second time on the morning of Purim. Even if you're able to read the Megillah at home, one should, under normal circumstances, go to Shul to hear the Megillah read in public with a minyan because of Pirsume Nisa, publicizing the miracle. We spoke about that a lot around Hanukkah time. We want to publicize the miracle of Purim in amongst the multitude of people. We also have a principle of Barov Am Hadras Melech, the glory of the king is found amongst the crowds. Now it's the socially distanced crowds, but still the crowds nonetheless. The entire mitzvah of reading the Megillah on Purim is to praise and glorify God for the miracle that God did for us at Purim time, which is recounted in the Megillah. The time period for the Megillah reading on Purim night begins with Tzeis HaKochavim, nightfall, 50 minutes after sunset, according to Rav Moshe Feinstein, and extends until Amud HaShachar, until daybreak. The time period for the morning reading begins with Neitz HaChama, sunrise, and ends at Shkia. So you have to hear it during the night and during the day. Purim this year is on a Thursday night and a Friday, so it pinches a little bit. You have to get ready for Shabbos beforehand, because we have lots of other things to do that day. But you want to hear once at night and then a second time in the morning. In extenuating circumstances, one may read the Megillah after Amud HaShachar, after sunrise, after daybreak rather. Indeed, if one did so even without special circumstances, you fulfilled your obligation. Once the time for reading the Megillah has arrived, other mitzvahs, except for those related to tefillah. So if you are one who wears tefillin, you have to put those tefillin on, or a talis or whatever, you could do those, but everything else is postponed until after the Megillah is read. However, there's a custom that if a bris is to be performed on Purim morning, the bris takes place before the Megillah reading. If it's possible to arrange a minyan only once over Purim, it's preferable to do that for the nighttime reading the Megillah. We'll take that into account when we figure out what we're able to do in a few weeks' time. Who must hear the Megillah? Men above the age of Bar Mitzvah are obligated to read or hear the Megillah reading with a minyan. If no minyan is available, we'll talk about that under a separate heading. Women above the age of Bas Mitzvah are obligated to hear the Megillah being read. You'll say this is a positive time-bound mitzvah. Maybe the women are exempt, off the hook. Nay. We say that since the salvations, miracles of Purim applied to the whole Jewish people, that men and women similarly are obligated in hearing the Megillah. Okay, we'll talk about children when we tune in tomorrow, so please join us for that. Have a good day.